Men, especially high-value men and older men, are naturally looking for one thing in a partner. Couple things: less drama, less baggage, and less chaos. That's why so many of them hesitate with single moms and divorced women. It's not because they are bad people, so stop twisting my words and getting emotional. It's because men are wired to ask themselves, will this woman bring me peace, or will she bring me problems from her past? See, men do audits in their head. They're checking boxes. Is she healed, or is she still bitter? Has she built a new foundation for herself, or is she still living in her old story? Does she bring calm energy, or is she constantly revisiting the wounds from her past relationship? The truth is that men, especially men with options, will always weigh the pros and the cons. And if they see baggage that isn't resolved, they usually walk away. But if they see strength, growth, and accountability and peace, that is a massive green flag. So no, being divorced or a single mom doesn't disqualify you. But if you want a high value man, you have to show him you've healed. You've built a new foundation for yourself, and that bringing peace is more important to you than carrying old baggage into the relationship.
Top reasons why men aren't approaching women in 2025. For one, low testosterone levels. Men's testosterone levels are the lowest they've ever been because of diet, exercise, all these factors, not living healthy lifestyles. And testosterone is what gets men to be motivated to go and ask a girl out. Two is dating apps. Dating apps has made it way too easy for men to think that they have access to women. It gives them this like false hope, and it makes it so easy for them to just go on their phone and take the easy way out. Is consuming too much online adult content. It is getting really scary when men just go on their phones and can instantly have access to all sorts of material. Why would they even go out and court a girl if they don't need to? Girls do not make this any easier. Girls are not approachable. Men are terrified of being called creeps or making a girl uncomfortable, so a lot of them just don't do it.
I mean, it took you a while to get to the real reason, but there it is, there at the end.
I want to know, have men decided that they're not going to hold the door open for women anymore? Because I can't tell you how many times I have gone into a store, the man was going in front of me, he saw me coming behind him, and he opens up the door, but didn't open it up for me, and the door hit me. Or he was coming out of the door and didn't hold it open for me to go through it, and the door hit me. And this has happened multiple times, so I just want to know, have men decided that they are just not going to hold the door open for women anymore?
Some crazy women see men opening a door for them as benevolent sexism and a microaggression. Lady, I'm not taking any chances. You could be one of them.
Do you think chivalry is dead?
Yeah, but maybe I just haven't been around the right guys.
To quote the great Dave Chappelle, he says, chivalry is dead and women killed it. Certainly, I think social media, dating apps have played a big factor. But I think that when it comes to like who should pay on the first date, guys doing these sort of traditional things, like a lot of women seem to just blithely assume that traditional gender roles assigned to men are something that they're entitled to the benefits of by magical default, instead of it being something that women have to help culture and nurture for it to be there for men. If you want traditional treatment, you ought to be a traditional woman. If you're not a traditional woman, you cannot expect.
Would you ever start an OnlyFans? And I was like, how how could you even ask me that? And he literally goes, like, you post things that are basically like that. What do you have such judgment about it for? And I was sitting there like, And I really took a step back. I analyzed like the things that I had been posting, the presence that I had on social media. And at the time, I was posting like 7 stories a day of myself. I was so deep in it, and I had taken 3 days off of social media, not posting one story, not posting one photo of myself, absolutely zero attention. And this is coming from someone who I'm like, I pride myself on the fact that like, I don't need male attention. I don't need attention from it. I felt lonely.
Yeah.
Not getting that attention. I can't even believe it. I was not even aware. And I know this might sound so silly to some people, but when you're so deep in it, you have no idea the effect that it's having. Even just the little like hearts on social media, that's like a dopamine hit. That was a moment where I was like, I have to change something.
Stop it. Get some help.
We hooked up and he avoided me now for over a week. I'm going to make this short and sweet. He got what he wanted, and now you'll probably never see him again. Please do not tell me you have been messaging him, you have been inundating his phone. Girl, like I'm always saying, men have one thing in mind, and that is why it is so important to understand when we get what we want. I know it's selfish, I know it's counterintuitive, and I know you're probably thinking, I don't want to be a bad person. Be a bad person, because men do not care. They want one thing and one thing only. You need to understand before you even consider sleeping with a man, you need to have a checklist. He must do I'm not saying tell him. Don't tell him, okay? But what you need to do is mentally say, he did this, 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 and this. If he's doing nothing for you, yeah, no wonder he never contacted you. He never made an investment, either financially, emotionally, like time, whatever the case is. He never made that investment to where he wants to see a return on that investment. Okay? I hate to put it that way so bluntly, but it's true. Okay? When you sleep with them out the gate, I saw actually somebody underneath this said like, well, maybe he's in a maybe, but either way, you probably didn't get, except for a broken heart and a bruised ego. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't do this.
I mean, y'all be acting like y'all forced to do this. No, you wanted to do it. You just didn't get to milk him as much as you wanted to. You wanted him to buy you the purse. He didn't buy you the purse. He didn't take you out to the $500 dinner. That's it. But you wanted to be with him. You wanted to lay down with him.
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off. Oh my God, it pisses me off. Why would a man be there? Why do you want to be there? Like, you're literally in my fucking space. Like, oh my God, I'm literally gonna freak out. I'm not kidding.
No, I have a girlfriend.
Look what she'll do.
What the hell? Where are you?
Piano, and suddenly
Thought I found the way.
I was playing piano when suddenly look what she'll do. Watch what she'll do.
So I don't know if this is true, but the context in the comments is that the man recorded a woman singing and then uploaded the video, and the woman sued him, and that's why now every time a woman approaches him, he moves away.
Alright guys, never take a woman at the finish line. As a man, when you are working hard, there will be a lot of women who will only be with you once you're successful. When you run the race of struggle and get to the finish line and achieve what you wanted to achieve. But you should never be with one of these women. The ones who only want you when you're successful want your resources or clout. They never believed in you, so why should they get you? They will leave if what you built gets destroyed. A lot of times you will get success, but fail again. These women at the finish line only care about your success, not who you are. You should prioritize the women who were there when you were struggling. The ones that truly believed in you. The ones who motivated you to keep going. Who saw your potential and stuck by you. These are the women who deserve you. The ones at the finish line are not good for you. At the end of the day, you are the same person whether you're successful or not. Only the people cheering you on see that. When you choose the ladies who are there when you're struggling, it will make a lot of people angry. The other women will get jealous. The ones who neglected you while you were struggling. Real love and companionship is built during hard times. Do not take the women at the finish line. All they want is to mooch off of your success. Drop a follow for more. Drizzle drizzle.
If men only could get one thing, it would be admiration. And if women could only get one thing, it's adoration.
What's adoration? Explain that.
Adoration is, I'm so crazy about you. I'm so crazy about you and only you that if a tiger's coming in here, I will sacrifice my life right now. Baby, you're everything to me.
So it's like being desired.
Yeah, and it's being desired, but it's being completely loved.
Above all.
That's adoration. And there's a reason, there's an evolutionary reason for that. I mean, it's like, there's a big commitment in caring for children. You need a partner who's going to be all there and all in. Whereas you need to be rewarded for getting that gazelle and dragging it into the cave. That's how evolution actually creates these patterns in our own lives. And so the way that it's seen today, this is called the adoration-admiration dichotomy, where what happens in a marriage is that women inadvertently don't give men the one thing they really, really need, and men stop giving women the one thing that they need. So what'll make a marriage really fall apart is when he's not adoring her and or she's not admiring him.
A woman in the comments said, he adored me, but I didn't admire him. Deuce.
All right, this one's for the boys. I was just at the gas station, had a guy standing in line next to me do the full look me up and down while I have my arm full, and then he walked through the door in front of me and did not open it. What is wrong with people in this world? Like, you literally just stared me up and down, looking at me, and then walk through the door in front of me and do not even blink an eye at holding the door. Like, and I know there are women out there that complain about chivalry and stuff like that. Screw that. Throw it out the window. Open the fucking door for me. I have a broken arm.
Women have unfortunately lost the art of one of our best flirting methods for two different reasons. The idea of dropping the handkerchief used to be so common that it was basically a trope. You know, like you'd see a guy that you like, and rather than hitting on him directly, you'd give him a way to hit on you by dropping something super simple and letting him pick it up for you. But these days, on one hand, you have the super traditional girls who've become really attached to this idea of, like, the guy has to make the first move and forget that sometimes you have to give him the opening too. Or many other women are told that respecting yourself effectively means never needing help from a man, so they don't want to have doors open for them. They want to be totally independent. They certainly won't drop the handkerchief. But the annoying part is that it was never about being unable to do those things. It was always about accepting help because you want to give a guy an opportunity to be able to be kind to you. You know, maybe women are reinventing this in weird ways, like putting up a thirst trap so that guys can reply fire emojis is effectively the closest equivalent that we have these days, but it doesn't really help you target a specific guy. I mean, there's a reason that the guy that you put the thirst trap up for probably is not the one responding fire emojis. But even though it's a little weird to carry a handkerchief in the era of Kleenexes, there are still ways to keep doing this. Ask a guy for directions. Ask a guy in the grocery store if he's seen where the soup is. Drop literally any other non-breakable object. If you have one of those Talenti gelato containers, walk down the street and ask a guy to open this. I literally did it one time. It wasn't even to flirt. Those things are just impossible to open. The point is, though, getting a man to hit on you is partly your responsibility, and I think we've forgotten that. And being open to him hitting on you doesn't mean that you respect yourself any less. It just means that you can put aside your ego for 1 minute to let him.
So I just came this close to robbing a cradle. So look, I don't know if it was the full beard and thick chest that distracted me, made me not ask the age, but we chat and I'm kikiing. It's just casual conversation, whatnot or whatever. And he says, if you're single, I would really love to take you out sometimes. So I was like, because I'm not dating, right? So I'm like, depend on what you're looking for out here. And he said, I just want love. And I said, oh, you think you LL out here, huh? And he said, LL, who is that? Excuse me, come again? Alarm. I said, wait, how old are you again? He said, I'm 23. Pardon me, now what, huh? So he see the look of confusion on my face, and he's like, why? How old are you? And I was like, your mama's age. That's how old I am, with your narrow hips. Because now I gotta go into mom mode. What just happened here? And he gonna say, age don't matter. We both grown. I said, who I look like? Stella to you? He gonna say, Stella, who is that? I'm done. I appreciate your conversation. You have a wonderful day, young boy. Like, what just happened? I said, I hope I ain't thirsty out here. Like, how did I get distracted like that? I never get distracted like that. Jeez Louise, who is LL? Who is Stella? And that's exactly why I stay in my bracket.
The man didn't want anything else. He was looking to crack. That's it. Stop all this talking.
If a guy asks me my body count, I never speak to him again. If you're a person whose brain just went, oh, that's because she has a high body count, I want you to listen to this. When a man asks me my body count, it is for one purpose. I want to make a judgment about your character based on your body count. They will try to say things like, oh, well, I'll tell you my body count too, or I just want to get to know you better, and like, I promise I won't judge. I really have an open mind. It doesn't matter to me. So first of all, it's not the same thing for a man to tell you his body count and for you to tell yours to him. Because we all know that men's body count will never affect the way that people view him or his worth in society or to himself. Secondly, when he assures you that he doesn't care and it really doesn't matter to him, I can promise you he's lying from the fact alone that he asked you the question. A man who doesn't care about your body count won't ask you about it because it truly doesn't matter to him. And lastly, if he's telling you that this is a way for him to get to know you better, that's because he thinks that your body count says something about you as a person. If a man cares about your body count, if a man asks you what your body count is, this is a number one red flag that this is a deeply insecure man, and you need to run. You need to head for the hills as fast as you can. You're one of the people I was talking about in the beginning who thinks that because I refuse to talk about my body count, that means that I must have a really high body count. You are the deeply insecure person that I'm referring to. You assume that I don't want to talk about it because I have a high body count, and you are saying that that's a shameful thing, and that's why I don't want to talk about it. Someone's body count is not a shameful thing. It's literally their private health information. If a woman would like to share that information with anybody, whether it be a partner or their mother or their friend or whoever, then they will share that information when they feel comfortable. You don't need to ask them. Pretty much any woman can tell you that this is a loaded question from the start. If a man asks you your body count and you tell him, one of two things will happen. The number that you tell him either will or won't fit into his societal expectation of what is the correct number or what's an appropriate number. If your number is higher than what he had in his head, he will then start to resent you and judge you and think differently of you and lower of you. But on the other side, if your number is at or lower what he deems societally okay for a lady, he will say that you're lying. Because let me say it again, if he's asking you about your body count, it's because he's a deeply insecure man.
We can talk in all these circles and what a man ain't and is gonna and what he might do. That sounds great. What's your body count? If you don't ever talk to me again, you did us both a favor.
Just so you know, my dad's gonna be stopping by in a little.
Your dad? For what?
He's gonna switch out the locks.
Why would we need his help with the locks?
Because I asked you to do it, and you haven't, so...
You asked me 2 hours ago.
And it's not done, so my dad is gonna come.
Why would you do that?
Because I asked you to do it. My dad will get it done.
Well, that's because I've got other stuff to do too. I'll do it.
Babe, you have to change the locks when you buy a house.
Yeah, I didn't think that it needed to be literally immediately.
What if someone has a key to our house?
There's
we don't have
to steal in it right now because we haven't moved in.
We don't have to worry about any of that. My dad's coming.
Okay, I'll do it. I know you're pranking me and I'll do it.
Did you know that 95% of the most dangerous jobs in the world are still performed by men? The wage gap does not exist. Shut the fuck up. They're better, they're faster, they're stronger, they're more reliable than you. Went to my husband's work one day, right? I'm talking to my dad, my father-in-law. He's my dad. I'm sorry, honey. I said, hey, Dad, you've been here for like 30 years, right? He goes, yeah, why? Y'all ever had a female mechanic? Mind you, this is not one shop, not two, not three, but four. He's been in multiple different cities. In 30 fucking years, not one bitch has been in any of those shops to pick up a fucking wrench. You know why? It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because we don't like you. It's not because they don't like feminism. It's because you physically can't do the fucking job. I have walked into my husband hanging out from the chute like banging shit. My father-in-law fully under a truck covered in grease, lifting and moving shit I couldn't pick up even if adrenaline was coursing through my fucking body. Stop fucking whining. Stop expecting him to come home and do the dishes. Stop expecting these men to spend their checks on you when you don't offer shit besides a used pussy, a fucking shitty attitude, and no fucks given about his actual feelings.
To all the men out there, you want your dream woman. I hear you. I get it. There's one thing that you're not doing though. Why are you not seeking out, or why are you not committing to the woman that actually respects you? I could see now why men pull away emotionally, because it just happened to me today, and I got to see from a man's point of view what it's like to date a woman sometimes. This is no shade towards women in any way, because I'm a woman. I completely understand, and I'm sure I do this as well. But it was funny because I came home, me and my sister lived together, and as soon as I get in the house, she just starts bitching at me about things that she wished I was doing, like cleaning the cat's litter box, setting up certain appointments, whatever it was around the house. And then all of a sudden I was thinking, like, no wonder I always just go to my room. Like, I don't want to be around you when as soon as they come into the door, you're just kind of nagging. Like, I get that you're doing it, like, she's trying to do it in a jokey way, like, oh, are you gonna clean today? Oh, are you gonna do this today? And I'm just like, fuck off. I love my sister, but that nagginess, and I understand. What I was realizing is women do this all the time. We emotionally need to regulate. Like, there are certain times that you say, okay, if I want to actually get my partner to do something for me, because all that did is made me want to pull away and be like, fuck you, I'm not going to do it. And I can understand why men never do what you want them to do. You're like, I've told you a million times to do this, I've told you to do this, and you're like, why can't I get him to do things? Because you're not saying it in the best fucking way. Set apart time where you're like, hey, this night at this time, can I talk to you? Let's just like talk about our relationship and things going on. Like, we'll set time for it. Then he can mentally prepare and be in that mode. But when he's just coming home from work, or he's just coming home from something and he's not in the mood for that, and you're just coming at him nagging, I understand. I was like, I get it. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. I'd be like, fuck off. Like, if guys did that to us, we'd be like, go the fuck away. Like, ew, you're annoying. But when we do it, we're like, it should be fine. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, get over it. But yeah, just figuring out times to say what you want, say your needs to them, setting time apart for that is so important. You can't just nag whenever you feel like it, because if they're not in the right headspace or whatever, they're just not going to hear you the way you want, and you're just like hurting your relationship over time. Over time, they're going to pull away from you, because they're like, even me, I noticed I just wanted to go to my room. I was like, I don't even want to talk to her when I come in the house. I just go straight to my room, because I'm like, I'm trying to avoid her now. And that's horrible. I'm avoiding her instead of just dealing with it and being like, hey, can you not talk to me when I get home right away about things that you want me to change? And like, that's what you would wish a man would say, but they don't. So you just tell him, hey, let's set us part time where we can talk about things, just us. So then you don't have a relationship where you guys get so annoyed and triggered by each other. It's so important, and it just keeps the love alive.
Gen Z women who voted for Kamala Harris, women who bask in their social justice glory, didn't even podium altruism when they were asked about what makes their life fulfilling. Didn't even podium it. Gold, thriving in a capitalist society. Silver, thriving in a capitalist society. You love capitalism, I will take no questions. Bronze, me time. So you'll just help people after Pilates. I mean, polls lie, but this is pretty self-reflective.
So basically it says, which of the following is important to your personal definition of success? And so it asked basically young voters 18 to 29, right? So pick three of those. The males picked having a job, or both of them actually, pretty standard across the board. having a job or career you find fulfilling, having enough money to do things that you want to do, and achieving financial independence. The fourth one, women want emotional stability. Men want to use their talents and resources to help others. It's actually funny to me. Okay. Then the next one, women want to use their talents and resources. Men wanted to make their family and community proud. Then the sixth was owning a home. 7 was women wanting to have no debt. Man said, I want to be married. So basically, after I get my life together, I use my talents to help my community, make my family proud. I want to buy a house. Then I want to get married and have children. A woman says, I want to have no debt. I want to be spiritually grounded. Then I want to make my family proud, right? And then men say, okay, have no debt at 9, right? Women say have children at 10. Men say have emotional stability. Women say being married at 11. Men say being spiritually grounded at 11. Women say I want to be able to retire early. Both of them have the same thing. And then fame, influence, those two come last, right? So there's different priorities. Men are reaching the different stages of it. Men are attacking it essentially from a different way, right? Women are saying, well, I want to be stable emotionally. Then I want to go out and help somebody else. Men are saying, which is really coincides with how men think. I really don't have time to be emotionally stable. There's a need right now, which is why you have war. Okay, just go out there and do what you need to do. You just got to get that job done and worry about your feelings later. That's how it is. And that's where it comes from, making your family proud, because I've used my talents and resources to help somebody out. Then I go get a home. Then I get married. So I'm trying to achieve stability. He's trying to stabilize and build a structure of his environment first. The woman is trying to, I hate to say it like this, but essentially focus on herself and make sure that she's good. And then maybe I can focus on somebody else. But it is funny to me that they say having a child first and then being married. Whereas a man would say, I would rather be married first, then have a child, directly underneath each other. So the man goes and says, I want to build this structure, owning a home, or I want to get this structure complete. Then I want to be married. Then I want to have children. Then the both of us will work together to get out of debt, right? And then we'll achieve emotional stability. We'll be spiritually grounded. That all comes within having a structure and building a family. Once the perimeter is safe, then I'm going to make sure that everything inside the perimeter builds up and it grows. A woman is going to help me do that. That's what men are thinking, right? Then I become spiritually grounded. Then as we build, we're able to retire early. Then we can do the fame and the fortune and all that other stuff. Modern women say, or women in general at that age say, well, I want to have a job. I want to go get money. I want to be financially independent. Then I want to be able to be at one with myself. I want to be at peace with myself. Then I want to go out and try to help others. Then I want to own a home. Then I want to get out of debt. Then I want to ground myself spiritually, make my family proud. All of this stuff that I want to do is really to work on me, to build me, to service me, right? And then at that point in time, well, you can say that for the first 3, both of them are trying to kind of service each other, right? Or service themselves. And then the man just, what happens, and you'll see this a lot in society, is the man is reaching, helping and assisting others first. He's getting there first. Whereas the woman is focused on herself, at least by these results. The man is getting there first to where he says, I want to help somebody else out. I want to make my family and my community proud by doing something that's honorable. A woman says, well, dang, where is that? Oh, it's number 9. It's number 9 for them. I want to make my family and my community proud. I want to use my talents to help somebody else out after I'm grounded. You know, it is what it is. Different priorities, but this just goes to show you that men tend to focus on building the structure first, job, career, and fine for you, fine, right? But then I turn my attention outward and I say, now who can I help? How can I make the people around me proud?
I shouldn't even have to say this, but ladies,
if a guy you're interested in, or like, I don't know, you guys are talking on a dating app or something, please don't do that. But if you are talking on a dating app, or you're just talking to somebody and they invite you over to their house, God forbid if it's the first date, but even like the second, third, or fourth, or fifth, I would say like the first 5 dates need to be them putting in work. If they're inviting you over to their house to watch a movie, or to like cook dinner at their house or your house, they're broke and not worth your time. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just don't waste your time, because that is just being cheap, okay? It's not cute. That is broke boy energy.
A lot of these women today, for whatever reason, and I think I know the reason why, is because a lot of these OnlyFans chicks have made a lot of money, is because we've changed the culture to where you got fly out culture and everything is so easily acceptable, aside from the fact that you have a lot of these IG pictures that's leading y'all to believe that people are doing better than they really are. And people are financing a lot of stuff and they blowing a lot of bags, and it's not necessarily translating into the best thing that's for people in the culture, and nobody cares about love anymore. But the fact of the matter is that people spend more time focusing, or women, let me revise that. Women have been spending more focus and time on what you are supposed to be doing for them, instead of whether or not they are valuable enough, or they qualify, or whether or not they even like the person that they're around. And so now you have a lot of these women that are jumping online saying that men are giving broke boy energy if you don't take them out 5 times. And I've seen a lot of women that even ask for money or say that you're supposed to pay for her groceries in order to even be able to get with her. I was always of the impression that you was doing too much. If you decided to buy a drink for a chick that ultimately is just there to get drinks, and she not even buying a drink for herself because she just don't qualify to be in your presence, I say that y'all keep doing what y'all doing. The only reason that they're getting upset is because a lot of them are not getting what they want. And so they get disgusted and they start to have these conversations online like that's supposed to prove something to you, and the only people that's going to fall for that trick is the simps. Simps fall for tricks from tricks. Simps fall from tricks from tricks. Straight up. And so if she like you, there are no rules. If she don't necessarily care, but she want to give you a chance, then she going to put a barrier to entry, and that's when you got to start spending money. And let me be clear. It's nothing wrong with spending money to enjoy your life. But if you're leading with money, and I said this on After Hours, if you're leading with money in order to get it because you couldn't get it without it, and that's what she makes you qualify for, then that's a bigger problem. That is a much, much bigger problem than anything that these women are saying. Don't listen to them. Listen to yourself and listen to your conscience. Listen to Uncle Anton.
Question for men in New York City. Why is no one making the effort to offer their seat to a woman? I have been appalled lately getting on the subway and seeing a number of elderly women, pregnant women, women with children, women that are obviously struggling to carry a lot of things, and no man offers.
Dude in the comments said the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen is a bill for pre and post date expenses, and it came out at the first date right after ordering. My friend quietly slid the bill back to her and got up and just left. It was a bill for $300, not counting the meal. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Good with y'all, man. Listen, bro, you gotta ignore her. Just being real with you. The reason why women cannot get to respecting you is because you are freely giving out that thing that's most valuable to you. That's your attention. That's your ability to validate them for their existence. A lot of women actually live predicated just on this. They sustain their confidence through their ability to manipulate a man's interest to get his attention and validation on her. Ignore her, bro. Ignore her. This is a superpower every man can have, no matter where you're at in your life. You know what I'm saying? You got to be making progress. You got to be making effort towards becoming the best you can, maximizing your potential as a man. And like I've always said, gentlemen, I don't believe there is such thing as an unattractive man, because we are not beauty objects, okay, in the first place. However, if you maximize a certain array of things, looking good, smelling good, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? The looking good is matching, guys. Updating your wardrobe, okay? Getting in the gym, putting some muscle on. That can make you an attractive man. Every guy has the ability to do that. And then a superpower even above that, you have the ability to get money. I hear a lot of guys complaining about, man, she's not giving me the respect I want. Listen, take all that frustration you have for either the quality of women you're not getting, the quality of women you're getting, and apply that to ignoring that bitch. Straight up. Put that energy towards building your value. Watch how she change. Watch how her energy get different for you. Every man has this ability. You know, here's why you got to ignore them. And you know, this, I already know the title I already got, panties in a wad. I already know it's freaking yeast infections right now because these bitches got dirty ass drawers on anyway. Bitch, change your drawers. Use some different laundry detergent. Using that cheap shit. I digress. You got to ignore her because first and foremost, they all feel like men just can't do anything without they can't do anything. They can't even function. So we got to set the record straight on that. You know, it's a lot of men getting deceived, bamboozled, used dinner dates, goofy stuff. I posted on my IG story, you know, a freaking meme, dude driving back home with the I shit my pants face because he spent $450 on a first date, got a hug from the bitch. No guts, no whiff of the, you feel me? Like you see where we're at today. I think a lot of y'all are underestimating what the rhetoric is today. Men can't even live without, they would be honored to have a feet pic, right? You go to the gym, you see it all the time. You can't even look a bitch way without her feeling like oh my goodness, he's been following me around. It's like, oh my goodness, the ego is astronomical. So on part 2 of that, right? You got to ignore her to bring these bitches down to earth. We just trying to bring them down to earth. They say the aliens coming in 2030. These already out of space, right? They went there first because a lot of these been for the streets, been upgraded to the highway, bitch flying worldwide skyway, first class, right? And now all these know Elon Musk. Been to Mars. You feel me? No bullshit. You think I'm playing? A little facetious here, but nah, on some G shit. Think it's a joke. You better ignore her. We have to want respect. Men want love. Women are in business. We got to take a step back. We got to ignore them. We have to acquire respect. I value respect over anything. I refuse to violate. See, shout out to my YouTube members and the Patreon. You got to refuse to violate your own G code. The G code is I refuse to look less than or weaker than when it comes to my respect. Okay, I'm putting that above anything. I don't care. Oh, you fumbled that piece over there. My respect comes first. That bitch was talking out the side of her mouth. Oh, no, bye. Like I literally was outside of a spot. I was outside. There was a chick, like literally all the whole nine, bro. And it happens all the time, right? But it's just like you have to value respect so much that you're not willing to fall for the okie doke of an easy lay, you know, some easy. And then you're like, man, you know what? It just doesn't seem like the right kind of situation. You know, the times I've kicked chicks out of the whip and, you know, it's just like ducked them off. It's like, bro, sometimes you have to be cognizant. Your respect, putting that number one, prioritizing that is going to help you see through the BS. It's going to help you actually see that, okay, I can't just think with my other head. I got to actually be cognizant of where we're at today. So this chick talking about some, let's fuck. We going back to the crib now. Come on, let's go. And I'm like, oh, hold on. Are you good though? You good? You good? I'm just checking because, you know, I efficiently drop dick off. You know what I'm saying? That's not the question here. We're not questioning how I'm gonna stroke you down. That's not the problem here. I'm gonna beat the into the frame. It's all good. It's all good there. I do this. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm good. It ain't about the bitch. It's about me. It's about you. Prioritize your respect. That keeps me from making dumb decisions. That keeps us as men from making stupid decisions. That keeps you from, you know, over validating or overreaching too much. Maybe you're pursuing too hard to where it goes to the chasing, right? There's a level of pursuit you can have with a woman, and then there's taking it too far and going to chasing. And then the respect is out the window. And now you wonder why you're in this situation where the girl she wishy-washy, she hot and cold, right? We hear this stuff. And guys, if you got particular situations that you need help with on this, and you're trying to reel the bitch back in, book a consultation with me. I'm going to get you right. You already know. And I'm going to pin that bit. I digress. Respect. Respect, 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 respect. Pull back, ignore her. I don't care how bad she feels or she tells you and this and that. You're going to start to see that first day you ignore her, you didn't reach out, text a bitch, good morning. How's your day? She want to talk about her puppy. Her kitten was just scratching at the door this morning. And no small talk. Not anymore. She didn't value you.
I love that, man. Not trying to disrespect nobody out here, not trying to say that I'm better than anybody, but you clearly don't value me for who I am. You clearly don't respect me. So there's no way I'm going to continue to put myself out there. I'm going to continue to put my money out there. Brother spent $450. Not even get a hug. That happens. You're out here. You got to be careful, dude. You got to be careful with your resources. And you're not necessarily trying to withhold. You're just saying, I want to make sure through our conversation that you're actually thinking about something serious with me. Like, you're not just looking for my money. Oh, well, you ain't got no money. Blocked. Bye. That's it. If these are the comments that you're making, me and you not gonna mesh. Because I need you to come in and I need you to say, oh, well, yeah, man, you know, I definitely understand. I definitely feel that I wouldn't want nobody to take advantage of me. That's a point of connection. Okay, well, you know, I try not to do that. I try to let a man know up front that I'm not interested in him. And honestly and truly, I don't want to go out with men that I don't like. I try to talk on the phone. I try to, I mean, if he invites me out, I'm not going to turn it down. But I do suggest to them that, hey, you know, before we go out, maybe we get to go know each other a little bit better, right? But maybe we have a phone conversation. Maybe we FaceTime so we can kind of see each other and we can kind of make sure, oh, hey, or hear each other and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, it's not foolproof, but in this economy, I didn't ever want to spend any money. I don't want to spend on it, and I didn't want to be sitting there. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Even though there were some of my friends telling me to just go ahead and do it, I couldn't. It just didn't make logical sense to me. So I never did it. I would always get on the phone, FaceTime preferably. Some of these ladies out here did not want to do it. And I was like, okay. Eventually they did. You know, I honestly, I didn't have a lot of them that declined it. And I would talk. We would talk for like literal hours. And I would say, you know, probably about the end of that phone call, probably about 2-3 hours, I would have an idea of if I wanted to talk to them again. Some of them were a little bit crazy. Some of them weren't. But I didn't spend any money unless I wanted to. That's it. And now one of them, pretty good friends with, cool person. You know, she got a master's degree, I think, out there doing the darn thing. I think she was doing some stuff in Baltimore, something like that. She stay out in Michigan. You know, she's a Lion fan. Talking about, oh, the Lions are so great. The Cowboys suck, which they do, but you know, you don't say that to me. Like, don't do me like that. Cool person, right? Not for me. I don't think it is what it is, but you a cool person. But the point is, I'm not spending my resources. I'm not wasting my time. I could be in the gym. I could be laying down watching TV. I could be working on a business. I don't know what a bit. You could be researching. You could be sitting in the gym. I mean, that's where you go to the gym for. You can be sitting in the gym lifting weights. Man, how do I do this? I'm going to do it. You get home, you get scared. You go back to the gym and say, no, I'm going to do it. You're lifting weights. You're focusing, sort of meditating. And I use that term loosely on how you're going to get better as a man, how you're going to achieve your goals. And it takes a lot of thought, right? And a lot of modern women want to come back behind you and benefit from that thought process. That's what they mean when they say they want a man that's ambitious. They want a man that has thought through. I want a man with a plan. That means if I've been sitting in the gym thinking about how I'm going to get money I'm going to take that same application of thought, and I'm going to say, okay, this is what I want to do for her. I want to do this, 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 and this. Right? She's trying to take your mind. She thinks, and it's crazy because they only consider your money, but they say, I want a man to have this in order. I want a man to be ambitious. I want a man to do X, Y, and Z. But they're actually pulling on your biggest resource. They don't say that. They can say you're broke all they want to. But once again, your mind is your biggest resource. I mean, your body's there, but even without your body, you're going to need your body. But even without your body, you need your mind to think through. You need your words to say, okay, this is how I'm going to speak what I have going on to existence. I'm going to tell my mind. I'm going to tell my body. If you've ever played a sport, that's why motivation, I don't know if they still do it a lot now, but motivational speaking used to work like that. How can I get my mind? I'm telling myself I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. You got to do it a lot in sales. You got to talk yourself up. People like to say no. People like to talk to you like you're a dog. People like to deny you. They got all a bunch of stupid stuff. They want to slam the door in your face. And if you listen to them, you'd be right back in that car at Burger King trying to get you a feel-good meal, and then you go home trying to get your confidence back up. But they say, you know what? Just keep on doing it. I'm gonna do it again and again and again. A woman's trying to pull on that resource so she can say, well, if I need this in life, or if I want to back off of me working, I want a man to continue thinking, now that my wife is not working, how can I take her under my wing? What do I have to do to get more money? The old people used to do that. In a way, yes. If I got to get a second job, I got to do this. But the woman would be at home and she would be taking care of home. Nowadays, that's not a guarantee. You're putting too much pressure on the man's body and his mind. Well, how so? Because now I have to take my mind after working, not one, but 2 jobs, and sometimes 3, because I have a side hustle that I might be working on while I'm at work, while I'm doing in between my jobs, right? But then I've got to be thinking at all of those jobs while getting time in at the gym, how to better take care of you and the kids, how to be more romantic to you, how to be more affectionate, how to say, observe, and do the things that you want. I've got house projects. And so a lot of these modern women are trying to maximize in a period of years before they leave the man. How do I max out his resources, dump him, and then go to the next man? That's why they say, you can leave the good man. I'm going to maximize his resources, then I'm going to dump him. That's why that woman said, I've been married for 10 years. I'm 32 now. We got married when I was 22. I don't see this relationship going on too much further. I want to go find something else to do. He's a good husband. He's a great man. Fantastic father. But I just feel like for me, I don't know if it's going to work. So I've been thinking about divorce. Look at us. We're a good couple. We're on runs. But I feel like I've squeezed this lemon as much as I can. So I'm going to find out what I can do for myself, how I can work on myself. And I'm going to take his money through the divorce, money that we built together. I'm going to take half of that, if I can. And then I'm going to try to go do what I can for me. And then years down the road, I'm going to try to get another man who's going to give me his resources. And then I'm going to come back online and say, what God has for me is for me. That relationship was a good one, but that it wasn't the one that God had for me. I'm going to make up some BS like that while extracting the resources. That's what modern women are doing. That's what they're trying to do. When men walk away, that's why he's telling you, ignore these women, because they're pulling from your mind, and you're drained by the time you get done with it, by the time they get done with you. These modern women are making pacts. They're making promises to each other. Okay, I'm going to use you as a resource. I have my friends as a social circle. I have my parents. They're making pacts to drain these people that are around them. And when a man says, I don't want to be a part of that, a man becomes sassy. He's not a real man. He's DL. He's down low. He likes men now. Nope. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to get back to grinding.